can be your strongest ally or your greatest liability. But here's the deal. It doesn't decide which one. You do. Most people never take the time to think about that. They let thoughts come and go without a second glance. But those thoughts turn into patterns, and those patterns turn into habits. And before long, those habits become a life. They're running on autopilot, and they've never once stopped to ask, who set this autopilot? And if you're not the one setting it, someone else is. Could be your past, could be your environment, could be the people you spend time with, could be what you watch, what you read. But one thing's for sure, something's always programming your mind. Take a look at your mornings. You wake up and your mind starts running. Maybe it starts with gratitude, maybe with stress. But either way, those thoughts didn't come out of nowhere. They came from somewhere. From what you've allowed in, from the habits you've built, from the routine you've repeated for years. And here's the problem. Most people never intentionally planted anything at all. Their mind is like an open field, and they've let anything grow. So now it's filled with weeds, negativity, worry, doubt. And those weeds are choking out everything good that could have been planted instead. So ask yourself honestly, who's planting in your mind? Because if you're not doing it on purpose, someone else is doing it by default. And that costs more than people realize. They go years without thinking about it. And then one day they stop and ask, how did I end up here? And the answer is simple, one thought at a time, one small compromise, one unchecked belief, one weed after another, until the whole garden's been taken over. But it doesn't have to stay that way. You can start planning something different today. You can choose better thoughts, better ideas, better inputs. You don't have to overhaul your mind overnight. No garden blooms overnight. But it starts with planting something small. Then you water it, protect it, and give it room to grow. One thought, one choice, one response at a time. Because if you're not choosing what grows in your mind, the world will choose for you. And most of the time, the world's choices won't match your goals. Your mind will grow whatever you feed it, whether that's possibility or limitation, whether it's abundance or scarcity, whether it's belief or fear. It doesn't judge what you give it, it just grows it. So the question isn't whether your mind is working, it's working all the time. The real question is, what are you feeding it? What are you planting? Because whatever it is, that's exactly what you'll harvest. And the thing is, if you're not programming your own mind, someone else absolutely is. That's not an opinion. That's just the way it works. And that someone else, they probably don't want the same things for you that you want for yourself. The outside world is full of messages. Some loud, some subtle, but all of them are trying to shape you. Shape what you believe. Shape how you think. And if you're not intentional, that shaping happens without your permission. And that leads to a direction you never chose, a life you never really wanted. Look around at the messages you hear every day. What you see on the television, what you hear in conversation, even what you pick up unconsciously from the people you're around. A lot of that stuff is telling you what's normal, what's possible, what's acceptable. And the danger is, if you're not careful, you start to believe it. You start to accept it. You start shrinking your vision down to match what's common. But just because something is common doesn't mean it's right for you. It just means it's everywhere. And everywhere rarely leads to exceptional. Mr. Shoaff used to say, guard your mind like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. If you don't shape your thinking, your environment will. If you don't build your beliefs, someone else will hand you theirs. And would you ever hand over your dreams, your goals, your values? Just let someone else design them? Of course not. But that's exactly what happens when you live passively, when you drift. And the price for that kind of drifting is enormous. Lost time, lost energy, lost purpose. What your mind gets exposed to consistently, it starts to believe. Flood it with fear, doubt, negativity, and that's what you become. Surround it with confidence, ambition, belief, and that's what you grow into. The world is full of people who have no idea why their life doesn't feel right. But it's not a mystery. Somewhere along the way, they let someone else plant ideas in their mind and never stop to ask if those ideas belong there. You see it all the time. People who believe they'll never succeed because someone once told them they wouldn't. People who think success is for other people because they've never seen it up close. People who settle for average because that's what they saw growing up. But none of that has to be your story. You can choose something different. You can take the wheel, choose your thoughts, choose your beliefs, choose the direction of your mind, and everything else starts to follow. It's strange, isn't it? People will install a security system to protect their house. You know, they'll lock their car up at night, but leave their mind completely unguarded. And yet, it's your mind that controls everything. What you build, what you earn, who you become. That's not something you want to leave to chance, or worse, leave to someone else's influence. You've got to be intentional, because if you're not, you'll wake up 10 years from now in a life you didn't build, living out someone else's blueprint. Letting someone else program your mind isn't just a small mistake. It's a costly one. It's not just about missed opportunities. It's about a future you could have had, but didn't, because the thoughts you needed never got planted, the habits never got built, and your full potential never got activated. Don't let that be your story. Take control. Decide what goes in. Decide what stays out. Your life depends on it. Because the life you really want only grows out of a mind you've programmed on purpose. And here's the encouraging part. Programming your mind isn't hard. It's actually simple. You just have to do it consistently. Think of it like a garden. You don't need to plant everything all at once. Just plant something good every day. A better thought, a stronger belief, a clearer vision. Because if you don't plant something, the weeds will show up. They always do. But now you know better, and knowing gives you the edge. Mr. Schoaf always said, if you want to change your life, you got to change what you see first. And I didn't understand it fully at the time. But what he was teaching me was the power of visualization, seeing clearly, not with your eyes, but with your mind, visualizing exactly what you want to become. And when you do that often enough, your brain starts to believe it's possible. And if your brain believes it, your habits start aligning, your behavior shifts, and the results start catching up. Spend just a few minutes each day seeing your goals. Picture them clearly, whatever they are. A better business, a stronger body, more peace, more freedom. Don't rush through it. Experience it in your mind like it's already yours. When you do that daily, you're not just wishing, you're programming. You're setting your internal compass. And just like with a real garden, what you plant and water, you harvest. It's not magic. It's cause and effect. Another tool that works, affirmations. And I know some people roll their eyes at affirmations. They think it's just repeating phrases in front of the mirror. But here's the truth. Affirmations are just thoughts you choose on purpose. Repeated thoughts. And your mind pays attention to repetition. You say it often enough. I'm disciplined. I follow through. I'm capable. And your mind starts believing it. Then it starts finding evidence to back it up. Then it starts changing the way you behave. And before long, it's not just an affirmation anymore. It's who you are. Now understand, this isn't about wishful thinking. Affirmations don't replace action. They inspire action. They remind you daily of your potential. They help silence doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs. So choose your affirmations intentionally. Repeat them consistently, and watch as your mindset shifts dramatically. Your mind believes whatever you tell it most often. So why not tell it something useful? Something that inspires you rather than something that holds you back. Affirmations, practiced consistently, become powerful mental habits that shape your life for the better. Goal setting is another critical piece of taking control of your mind. Goals give your mind clear direction. Without clear goals, your mind drifts aimlessly, easily influenced by distractions, negativity, or uncertainty. But the moment you set a clear goal, your mind locks in. It focuses immediately on solutions, actions, resources, and opportunities. Clear goals eliminate confusion. They reduce anxiety. They inspire discipline. They give your mind something productive to do, something meaningful to pursue. If you don't set your own goals, someone else will set them for you, and you might not like where those goals lead. But remember, your goals must be specific, not vague, unclear, or general. Decide exactly what you want to accomplish, precisely when you want to accomplish it, and clearly how you'll measure your progress. Don't just say you want success. Define exactly what success looks like. Don't just say you want more money. Decide exactly how much, by when, and what actions you'll take to achieve it. Specific goals create clarity, urgency, and discipline. They direct your mind clearly and intentionally. Your mind can't hit a target it can't see clearly. So make sure your targets are always precise and specific. Here's what will help you take control of your mental programming. Saying the right things to yourself. Most people never consider their self-talk, those quiet thoughts running through their minds all day. But your self-talk shapes your beliefs, influences your decisions, and determines your habits. Negative self-talk quietly sabotages your potential, reinforcing doubts, fears, and limitations. Positive self-talk encourages, motivates, and builds confidence. Your mind is always listening, so talk to yourself intentionally. Choose consciously what you say to yourself each day, and you'll start creating better results immediately. When you catch yourself thinking negative or limiting thoughts, pause and replace them intentionally. Instead of saying you can't, you say that you'll find a way. Instead of saying it's impossible, we say this might be difficult, but it's not too much for me. That simple shift, done repeatedly, changes your entire mental landscape. Positive, deliberate self-talk becomes your mental habit, and your mental habits determine your results. Your mind believes whatever you say repeatedly. So why not tell yourself something that helps rather than something that hinders? Now, taking control of your mind means deliberately building better habits. Habits are simply your repeated behaviors. They're automatic, easy, comfortable. Your mind naturally moves toward what's familiar. So make excellence familiar. Choose intentionally which habits support your goals, then practice them consistently. Whether it's reading daily, exercising, journaling, reviewing goals, or simply waking up early, small habits create big results over time. Your mind thrives on routine. Give it routines that support excellence, discipline, and growth. Soon, these habits will run automatically, consistently carrying you toward the life you desire. Taking control of your mind isn't complicated. It's simply about becoming your own programmer. Choose intentionally what you'll plant each day through visualization, affirmations, clear goal setting, positive self-talk, and productive habits. Decide that your mind is too valuable to let anyone else shape it. Start immediately, act consistently, and before long, your life will become something you created intentionally, rather than something you tolerated passively. Your mind truly is your greatest tool. Use it intentionally, consciously, daily, and your results will always reflect exactly what you've decided to plant. And once you've begun intentionally shaping your mind, planning your own thoughts, and deciding what you want to believe, there's something else you've got to do. You have to guard your mind, protect it carefully from anything that might weaken or undermine what you've worked so hard to build. Your mind is your most valuable asset, and like anything valuable, it needs protection. If you don't actively guard it, negative influences, distractions, and limiting beliefs will quietly slip back in. Before you know it, your mental garden is full of weeds again. Here's what Mr. Schoaf used to say, I'll never forget. He always said to be careful who and what you let into your mind, because once it's there, it's tough to get out. And he was right. The people you spend time with, the messages you expose yourself to, the environment around you, these quietly shape your thoughts, your beliefs, your entire mindset. If you're not careful, you'll pick up negativity or limitation without ever realizing it. So, protect your mind intentionally. Choose your influences carefully. Decide who and what deserves your attention. Think about your environment for a moment. If you're surrounded by negativity, distractions, and low expectations, it's tough to maintain positive thinking. It's like trying to plant flowers in the middle of a weed patch. It's possible, but it's exhausting. But the good news is, you're not stuck with your environment. You can change it. You can deliberately choose environments that support your growth, your goals, your beliefs. If your current environment doesn't support you, find or create one that does. Surround yourself with people, resources, and influences that uplift, inspire, and encourage you. Here's a powerful truth. You become like the people you spend most of your time with. Now, that might sound a bit exaggerated, but trust me, it's true. If you spend time with people who complain, make excuses, or think negatively, eventually you'll start adopting those same patterns. But if you spend time with people who are ambitious, disciplined, optimistic, and committed to growth, you'll find yourself naturally adopting those qualities as well. Choose your associations carefully. Seek out people who challenge you positively, who set high standards, who encourage you to grow. Your mindset will reflect your associations, so choose them intentionally. Now let's talk about what you feed your mind every day. What are you watching, listening to, reading? Most people feed their minds junk, negative news, unproductive gossip, distractions that weaken their discipline and motivation. If you feed your mind negativity and distraction, your results will reflect exactly that. But if you intentionally feed your mind inspiring ideas, positive stories, useful knowledge, you'll find your mindset growing stronger every day. Your mind becomes whatever you repeatedly feed it. So make sure you're feeding it something valuable, productive, inspiring. You see, protecting your mind means being careful with how you respond to setbacks, disappointments, or criticism. When challenges appear, and they will, most people respond with negativity or self-doubt. But setbacks aren't permanent, criticism isn't personal, and disappointment doesn't have to be destructive. How you respond is entirely up to you. You can choose intentionally to see setbacks as lessons, criticism as feedback, and disappointment as an opportunity to grow stronger. Your mindset shapes your response, and your response shapes your results. Choose intentionally, positively, carefully, and setbacks become stepping stones, not roadblocks. One of the best ways to protect your mind from negativity is to develop daily practices that reinforce your mental programming. Practices like journaling, daily reflection, reviewing your goals regularly, and starting each morning with gratitude. These become powerful defenses against negativity. When you start your day intentionally, filling your mind with positive thoughts, clear goals, and gratitude, negativity finds it difficult to gain a foothold. Your daily routines aren't just habits. They're protective practices that keep your mindset strong, focused, and resilient. Here's what else you must do. Take mental inventory regularly. Pause occasionally and ask yourself, what's influencing me right now? Are these influences serving my goals, or are they distracting me? Regular mental inventories help you stay aware of what's shaping your mindset. They help you identify influences, positive or negative, and make conscious adjustments. Protecting your mind isn't something you do once. It's something you practice consistently, intentionally, and regularly. Vigilance is your greatest ally. Stay alert, stay intentional, and negativity loses its power. Protecting your mind means learning to say no to distractions, negativity, and anything else that weakens your focus or discipline. Every yes you say to negativity or distraction is a no to growth, achievement, and fulfillment. Every yes you say to unhealthy influences is a no to your dreams, your goals, your potential. Protecting your mindset requires intentional discipline. Being careful and selective with your time, your attention, your energy. Not everything deserves a place in your mind. Choose intentionally, clearly, and decisively. And your mindset will remain strong, positive, and resilient. Your mind is your greatest tool and your most valuable asset. Protect it like it matters, because it does. Keep your environment positive, your associations supportive, and your daily habits intentional. Guard your thoughts carefully, consistently, and intentionally. Your results, your habits, your life, they all depend on the thoughts and beliefs you cultivate. Protect your mindset, nurture it, reinforce it daily, and watch as your life transforms from something you simply accept into something you intentionally and powerfully create. You see, once you've started intentionally programming your mind, planting those better thoughts, building stronger habits, your job isn't quite done. It never really is. Because here's what happens. Life moves forward. Circumstances change. You change. The world around you keeps changing. So the question becomes, how do you keep your mental garden healthy and thriving over time? How do you sustain the mindset you've built and continue growing stronger year after year? Well, it's simpler than you might think. But it does take consistency, vigilance, and intention. Mr. Schoaf always said that nothing worthwhile is maintained accidentally. It's always maintained intentionally. And maintaining your mindset is exactly the same. Your mental programming isn't something you set once and forget. It's something you revisit constantly, refine regularly, and reinforce daily. Because the moment you stop intentionally maintaining it, your mindset begins to drift. Old habits quietly sneak back in. Negative influences slowly regain their footing. The garden you've carefully cultivated can quickly become overgrown if you aren't paying attention. One of the best ways to maintain your mental programming long-term is to commit yourself to lifelong learning. You see, learning doesn't just expand your knowledge. It strengthens your mindset. It keeps you open, curious, and flexible. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, your mindset becomes stagnant. Lifelong learners are always improving, always refining their beliefs, always adapting their approach. They never get stuck because they're constantly feeding their minds fresh, useful, and inspiring ideas. So make lifelong learning a daily habit. Read books, find a mentor, attend seminars. Stay curious, stay humble, stay teachable. Here's how you maintain your mindset long-term. Regular reflection. Take time each week, maybe even each day, to pause and review your thoughts, habits, and progress. Ask yourself simple questions. What did I do well today? Where could I improve? Did my actions align with my goals? What do I need to adjust? This simple practice keeps you accountable. It keeps your goals clear, your habits intentional, and your mindset sharp. Reflection isn't complicated. It's simply a regular check-in, a way to keep yourself aligned and disciplined. And that discipline is essential for maintaining your mindset consistently. And do not forget to review your goals. Do it consistently. Goals aren't something you set once and forget. They're something you revisit often, clearly and intentionally. Regularly reviewing your goals reminds your mind where you're headed, why it matters, and what actions are required. Goals that stay front of mind guide your daily decisions, motivate your consistent effort, and keep your mindset focused. Without regular goal reviews, your vision becomes blurry, your focus weakens, and your mindset begins to drift. Keep your goals visible, review them daily or weekly, and your mindset will stay aligned with your vision. Maintaining your mental programming long-term means regularly adjusting your approach. Life changes constantly. Your circumstances, your opportunities, your priorities. And when life changes, your approach must adapt accordingly. Your mindset doesn't have to be rigid to be strong. Strong mindsets are flexible. They adjust easily, adapt quickly, and refine continuously. When something isn't working, don't stubbornly stick to it. Adjust it. Keep your goals clear, but stay flexible in your methods. Regular adjustments ensure your mindset remains effective, relevant, and productive. And maintaining your mindset over time means cultivating patience. You see, meaningful progress takes time. Results don't always appear immediately, and setbacks inevitably occur. Patience means understanding clearly that your progress won't always be smooth, but as long as you're moving forward, you're succeeding. Patience keeps you from becoming discouraged when results aren't immediate. It keeps your mindset positive, resilient, and determined, even when things get tough. Remember, patience doesn't mean passivity. It means consistent action and steady belief, even when progress seems slow. And here's what we can't forget. Maintaining your mental programming means being grateful. Gratitude keeps your mind focused on what's good, what's possible, what's working. Regularly practicing gratitude doesn't just make you feel better. It actively strengthens your mindset. It keeps negativity at bay, reinforces optimism, and reminds you clearly how far you've come. Every morning or every evening, take a moment to reflect on what you're thankful for. Big things, small things, anything positive. Gratitude is powerful, simple, and essential for maintaining a healthy, productive mindset long-term. Maintaining your mindset isn't complicated, but it requires consistency, intention, and vigilance. Lifelong learning, regular reflection, goal reviews, flexibility, patience, and gratitude. These simple disciplines practiced consistently ensure your mindset stays strong, positive, and productive. You've invested effort into shaping your mindset. Protect that investment intentionally and consistently. The longer you sustain your mental programming, the more powerful your results become. Your mind truly is your greatest tool. Care for it, nurture it, maintain it. And your life will reflect exactly the extraordinary mindset you've built. When you really stop and think about it, life comes down to one simple choice. You either program your own mind or someone else will gladly do it for you. And trust me, their plans for your life won't match your own. You got the power right now, today, to decide what your life will look like. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. You've got the power to decide what you'll think, what you'll believe, what habits you'll cultivate, and what life you'll build. Don't leave that to chance. Don't leave it to others. Take responsibility. Take control. Your mind, it's the control center for everything. And if it's the control center, then it deserves more than casual attention. It deserves daily care, daily investment, daily direction. Plant thoughts with intention. Don't let weeds of doubt or distraction take root. Be mindful of your influences, the people you allow around you, the media you consume, the conversations you entertain. Those all feed the soil of your mind. Choose carefully. Tend it daily. Because here's what I've learned. Small mental disciplines practiced over time become massive shifts in your reality. You'll start to notice better decisions, more confidence, greater clarity. You begin shaping a life that feels like it belongs to you, not one you've drifted into. The mind is yours. Own it, train it, direct it. Don't hand it over to circumstance or culture. The thoughts you think, repeated daily, become the life you live. That's not philosophy. That's just how it works. So, don't wait. Make the decision today to take command of it, because your future is being built right now, one thought at a time.